Alright, let's talk about the sales analysis 3. So you're given two tables, product and sales. So you have to write a query to report the products that were only sold in the first quarter in 2019. And then the time is actually between January 1st and March 31st. So let's look at the table. The example. So we know the date is going to be from January 1st to March 31st, right? So we can actually exclude this, right? We don't actually need to consider the time, which is out of bound, right? So now it's going to be between this and this. But the problem is what? The product ID, we have to select the product ID, right? And you can have multiple product ID with different seller. So when you're doing when you want to query something like this, right? And then if there is one in the not in the first quarter, you don't need to consider. So once again, you definitely exclude the second one, and then you just return this, right? But we are not returning the sales date. We are actually returning the product ID and product name, right? Product ID and product name. So what we can do is we need to write a subquery, right? Subquery. So we will select the sales. Select the product ID from the sales table, and then using the group by condition. So you will say group by the product ID. So 1, 2, 3, and then later on you will just using the having for the min and max for the sales date. So min is gonna be 1 something like this, right? And then max is March 31st, right? And then once you query out this, right, you will get the product ID, and you will just query again. So select the product ID and then product name from the product, and then where the product ID is inside the subquery, you get, right? So let me just start writing, and shouldn't be hard. So select. So okay, the subquery. So let's write about subquery first. So select the product ID from sales as, and then I'm going to say goodbye the s dot product ID. So this one I'm going to say s dot product ID again. And then since I goodbye, I can use the having min for the time. So time is going to be like this, and then min is going to be what? For the sales date, right? Which is going to be greater or equal this one, and max for the sales date, and this is less than equal this one. So this is a subquery, so let me run it. So you will get 1, right? So which is the desired product ID. And now we need to write a main query. So select the product ID and product name from product, and then where product ID in the subquery. So your subquery could have multiple items, right? So I'm going to say using this, and I'm going to just cut and paste right over here, and then give it some space, and you will get a solution. So this is the solution, and I hope you understand. So the tricky point is using having min and having max to query your product ID in the subquery. Then later on you will just select again from another table. So this is solution. So I hope you get it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.